I try to maintain that by speaking Vietnamese to my own parents, and hopefully one day speaking Vietnamese to my own children.
My name means Oluwafermi Ajala, and that means God loves you.
Two common Chinese dishes in the Chinese culture is fried rice and dumplings.
Every day in our lives, we see different cultures in various forms of social media, such as Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat. When being exposed to various cultures, the question that arises is if we are preserving our cultures or conforming to the culture most predominant in society.
It's a safety net. Really, people don't want to necessarily stand out, so they tend to conform, whether it's group conformity or just basically crowd conformity. Whenever people see whatever everyone else is doing, they tend to want to conform to that so that they don't stand out, or else they want to be part of something, and a trend, whatever it might be. Through iFest and the different clubs that we have who celebrate each group and respect each group, and we have different cultural ideas that are out on the stage. They have different performances all the time, so I think they do a wonderful job of showing the different types of varieties of cultures we have.
Like Mr. Rubin said, we have several cultural clubs at Clements, such as South Asian Association and African American Student Association, that unite diverse cultures to expose them to foreign traditions and practices.
There's so much globalization these days. It's the 21st century, so many people, like you meet so many people from different ethnicities, cultures, and so this was a way for people to see something new. Even in India, there are 65 different languages spoken, so much different culture, and so we decided to go because it's a new experience for people to see something new, like something they've never seen before.
Garba is a celebration for the 9-day festival of Navratri, which symbolizes the triumph of good over evil. At Garba, people dress in traditional clothing and participate in dances called Dandiya and Rasra. These children are performing traditional South Asian dances such as Bharatanatyam and Kathak. Cultural preservation can also be seen through purchasing traditional South Asian clothing and jewelry, and maintaining practices such as applying mehndi or henna to one's arms.
I preserve my culture by actually attending events at my church, because I go to a church that's predominantly Nigerian, so we have events. And one of our traditions is to go to a naming ceremony for a baby, and so I attend those, and that's when the baby gets the names, and then the baby gets prayed for, and each name has meaning in our culture. So my name means Oluwafermi Ajala, and that means God loves you. October 1st was Nigerian Independence Day, and that's one way we celebrated Nigerian independence. We wore our traditional clothing to school, and then people would ask us, oh, why are you guys wearing that? And then we would say, today's Nigerian Independence Day, and that's one way we remember our culture and one way we preserve our culture.
Two common Chinese dishes in the Chinese culture is fried rice and dumplings. These two dishes go way back when and have also been incorporated in American diet as well. Fried rice can be made with almost anything, and most popularly used with seafood, peas, and green onions. And dumplings can be fried or boiled.
This is a group from the J&H Dance School performing a traditional Tibetan-style dance.
To keep my Korean tradition, I usually eat Korean food, things like rice, kimchi, and stuff like that.
This Mongolian-styled solo dance depicts a bird's journey home.
Preserve my family's culture in my everyday life. I guess that starts off with just preserving the language itself. A lot of Vietnamese Americans today can't speak Vietnamese, and so I try to maintain that by speaking Vietnamese to my own parents, and hopefully one day speaking Vietnamese to my own children. I try to dabble, try being the key word, to dabble in Vietnamese cooking. I can never emulate my own mom, but I do try and include Vietnamese dishes in my everyday cooking if possible, keeping that influence.
To exchange ideas about people when one person or when a group decides that they only want their ideas to be part of a society and make it more of a uniculture. It's a very dangerous thing. Narrow-mindedness, there's no broadness of thought, and it all leads to prejudice and segregation.